welcome back to the James Ramblin' Reviews for yet another review. And in today's review, I'm going to be talking about Tetris, which I did watch today and it's on Apple TV Plus. But I will quickly give you a bit of context, like I like to do on this show. Personally, I'm not like the biggest fan of Tetris. Like I never grew up with the game itself. I know it's that game with the blocks and you got to move it around the screen, and it's one of the most famous games of all time. It's up there with Mario, Pac-Man, all the classic games. So that's kind of my history with Tetris. But Tetris is about this business guy called Henk Rogers, and he goes to meet the owner of Tetris, and it's like it does all this investigator deals, and it does all this stuff, and he lives in Japan with his wife, and he has kids and all this stuff, so it delves into that, and on paper in the trailers it makes it feel like an average movie, but when I watch this movie, you've got like these good actors, you have this story that just, it makes it so fascinating, like there's like this whole, like the whole political stuff with how, like the capitalism bad versus communism good, and it has all these themes, and it does it in such a way that it doesn't feel like, it's not like, you should believe in communism and capitalism bad. No, it does it in such a way that you can get invested in characters without feeling like you should believe a certain way. Believe if communism is bad and stuff like that. So that's a good thing about it. Another good thing to add on here is the acting is amazing, and the acting is great. Every character, I think a lot of the characters are good in this movie. Like, and it is also based on the real events of Tetris. So you get to see this whole thing play out, and with all these actors and stuff like that. There's like the Maxwells, like the dad and the son, who get involved in this, like the British and then the Russians and the Japanese and all this stuff. You see all that go around. But I feel like the acting is good, but also the fact that the movie uses like the whole pixelated format and showing you like every segment of the movie. It goes from level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. It does that very well, because it tries to encapsulate that this is based off a video game, and it does a great job at that. And also the fact that there is like this cool car chase scene where you see the pixels contrast with the real surroundings and the real buildings and all that stuff. So it's good that it contrasts, but there is a point in the movie where there's not as much pixels to just all this real surroundings. Having said that though, I think that still is the good element, that they were fleshing out this story, building up the characters, and there is cliches in here. Like, I'm not telling you this is the most unique piece of storytelling to date. However, you get a lot of stuff like, you can predict where things are going, because like in a part of the movie, right, Henk Rogers says, you can make millions of money if you sell the Game Boy with Tetris, and you can see that coming out of a mile away, because this is a business guy who wants Tetris to like publish it to the masses. But the fact that the movie goes so deep into this political drama, where the creator of Tetris, Alexey whatever, right, he has a Russian name, whatever, hard to pronounce, stuff like that. So you have that, and he can't get what he wants because communism, it's very strict in Russia, and it goes back and forth between different countries. So you're not necessarily in one singular location, which is a good thing about the movie. I mean, I saw a movie, The Whale, and it was in the same kind of place, but that was a different story. It did it well. But sometimes when a film is in one location, it can get boring and repetitive. So when we go from Japan, and then we go from Russia, the UK, Russia, Japan, Russia, Japan, Russia, Japan, UK, it does give us more different surroundings and a bit more different characters. And you do have good guy versus bad guy stuff in here. So all in all, the film isn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. However, I think it's a solid movie that surprised the heck out of me. Like, I was not expecting Like, I'm just somebody that I've played video games before, and I've not really been that big into Tetris. But just there's this thing about the film that, what because I've watched it now, it makes me want to play Tetris because of this compelling and just amazingly well constructed story that the movie did. It was interesting to see how this whole concept was so fascinating. And if this wasn't done with good writing and good storytelling and good execution and all of that stuff, you wouldn't get this movie that it was kind of like, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, right? This is what I liken it to, right? It's kind of like Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, where there's this kids movie, it's all of this stuff, and you didn't expect it to be that good, but a movie just about a video game turns into this political drama. You never expected that, and it's like, what? Right? It's amazing to see that, and Henk Rogers and all of that stuff. He's like, oh, it's just a game, but that's what it feels like. You think to yourself, oh, this is just a game. Why? But then they act like it's more than just a game. It's this whole investor, shareholders, all of these companies getting involved in this one thing. So I kind of rambled here, but yeah, Tetris is a good movie, good actors, good storytelling, all that stuff. So we'll see you next. I'm gonna be doing a review of Pope Exorcist because I'm gonna see it on Friday with my dad. And I've got the Shazam review, and I'm pre-recording this right now, so that's why you can't see those like decorations for my birthday, because it's been about 2 weeks since my birthday. So why would I keep having it up there? You know what I mean? So hope you enjoyed this review. Hopefully you go check out Tetris. It's a good movie on Apple TV Plus. Go check it out. Go check out my Shazam review, and then we'll do the Pope's Exorcist and the new James Allen Show episode. So see ya. Till the next review of the James Ramon Reviews. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye bye.